The knockout stage of the World Cup with 32 teams has concluded. The round of 16 is about to kick off. Due to the expanded format, the World Cup in the US, Canada, and now, the real knockout stage has officially begun. Before we dive into let's give a round of applause to the newcomers. We express our highest respect to they remained unbeaten in 4 matches. Against the defending champions Argentina. They brought back the tension of the final from 4 years ago. As their goalkeeper, Voyen, said, after this summer, in North America, everyone will remember the country of Cape Verde. Looking back at the overall competition in the group stage, there were surprises and disappointments. Germany has missed the round of 16 for 3 consecutive tournaments. The Blue Samurai and the Croatians also left with regret. And Spain, France, Argentina, England, Portugal, and other top 5 favorites have all advanced to the next round. We'll see Spain face Portugal, 2 powerhouses from the Iberian Peninsula, in a direct matchup. In this episode, we'll analyze each matchup in the round of 16 and as well as key points to watch in the matches. First, let's look at tomorrow's opening match. Canada versus Morocco. All 3 host nations in this World Cup have made it to the round of 16. Canada, one of them, has achieved its best result in the last round against South Africa. Best performance in the last round against South. They relied on Eustachio's last-minute goal. They narrowly secured their qualification. Coach Jesse's tactics heavily depend on Jonathan David's speed in it and Alphonso Davies' explosiveness on the wing. However, they struggle against tighter defenses. Their ability to break down defenses remains. In this round, they face as last World Cup's standout dark horse. Morocco continues to impress in the US, Canada. In the last knockout round, they faced and also relied on a last-minute goal. They fought hard then they advanced 3-2 in the penalty shootout. In this tournament, Morocco averages only 8.3 shots against. Their expected goals against is just 0.8. These key defensive stats rank among the best of all. The 2 teams met in the group stage of the last World Cup. There has been at that time, Morocco won 2-1. Looking at their 4 historical meetings, Morocco remains unbeaten with 3 wins and 1 draw. So in terms of squad depth and head-to-head records, Morocco clearly has the upper hand. If Canada wants to keep surprising, they might need some home advantage. The second match features Paraguay facing off against France, who have skyrocketed to the top in the last. Paraguay managed to draw with Germany, despite missing 2 key players, and ultimately won in the penalty shootout. This result surprised many. But if you watched Paraguay's previous matches, you would see their overall defensive. There's definitely some skill in. Last match's hero, Enzo, is now dealing with an injury. It's still uncertain if he'll return. Facing the French team this round, this South American powerhouse, the challenge is clearly significant. The French team has won all 4. Their attack features Mbappé, Dembélé, and They've developed excellent chemistry. Looking at their offense, both individual skills, France is one of the strongest. The 2 teams met in the night. Back then, France barely made it through, thanks to Blanc's goal in extra time. Now as they meet again, France's advantage is clearer. That time, France relied on Blanco. Scoring in overtime is the real challenge. Now that we meet again, France's advantages, the only test you truly need to accept. Can we tear open Paraguay soon? Tight defense. Avoid repeating unpopular storylines. The third match is a must-see in the round of 6. Brazil faces Norway. On one side, there's the Samba team, not favored. On the other side are the Nordic Pirates. From the perspective of star quality and match relevance, this matchup is definitely worth watching. In the last round, Brazil defeated Japan in a dramatic finish. Let the Blue Warriors' championship dream end. Overall, the players' performance wasn't perfect, but Ancelotti's on-the-spot adjustments are truly commendable, especially during the first half, when Ancelotti during halftime and adjustments made during the halftime break turned the tide of the game. This round against Norway, Brazil will also face significant challenges. Compared to Japan, they rely more on a collective approach. Norway heavily depends on Holland in attack, setting aside the rotation against France. This player has already scored in the last round against Ivory Coast. Norway used the simplest connection, allowing Holland to finish at the. They completely in this match. Marquinhos and Gabriel, how to limit Holland's impact, will be a key focus. Rather than just stopping Holland from scoring, it's more about cutting off his comfortable passing lanes from teammates. This requires Guimaraes and Casemiro to take on the defense on the flanks, especially against Nusa, who scored last match. Brazil must. After all that said, these are key issues for Brazil's defense. On the offensive side, the Samba team relies heavily on Vinicius' individual skill. In the last match, he didn't score, but his breakthroughs were still the most direct and effective way for Brazil to. Currently, Paquetá, Rafinha, and other miss this match. How Ancelotti is also a big question. As for Neymar's participation, it may depend on how the match unfolds before making a specific judgment. In the final group stage match, at that time, Brazil but Norway made a comeback. However, in that match, Brazil had already qualified in advance. The overall investment level isn't. Today, 28 years later, the two teams meet again on this clash of offense and defense is bound to be dramatic. The Samba team, often underestimated, now has a chance to prove their strength. In the fourth match, we'll turn our attention to another key host of this tournament, Mexico. They'll face the Three Lions, England. Mexico's home advantage is indeed significant, whether it's adapting to high altitude or the overwhelming support from fans. They unleash incredible fighting spirit. In the last knockout, they eliminated Ecuador with a commanding 2 thanks to their intense high pressing. Compared to other matches, this game has a key topic to focus on is the weather. According, heavy rain may occur on match day. However, the latest updates indicate the match won't be. The Azteca Stadium holds some tough memories for the Three Lions. It's not exactly on this field. They became the backdrop in the legendary 1986 match. In the last round, England came from behind. Thanks to Kane's 2 goals, they turned the game around against. But England's overall performance was still. Tactically, the team felt with players seeming to fight their own battles. On a positive note, Kane, Bellingham, and Rice are all in good. After all, England's victories will likely depend on moments of. But if they can't come together as a cohesive, England's future remains concerning. Overall, England's outlook remains concerning. The rivalry between the two teams it dates back to 1966. Back then, host England beat Mexico 2-0. And ultimately, won the championship. Now, times have changed. Mexico has gained the upper hand. They have the advantage of home ground. They might use this to start strong, trying to disrupt England's defense with chaos. If England wants to advance smoothly, besides the 3 key players mentioned, they need more players to step up. On paper, England is clearly stronger, but football isn't just about individual talent. The fifth match is the real highlight of the round of 16. It's Portugal versus a derby of the Iberian Peninsula. Let's start with Spain. As the last Euro champions, the Bullfighters have performed in the World Cup in North America. It started off slow, but picked up. After a surprising draw with Cape Verde in the first round, they won all 3 of their next matches. More importantly, up to this point in the tournament, Spain's goal has yet to be breached. In the last round, they defeated Austria 3-0, giving Austria almost no real chances. On the other hand, in the last round, they narrowed, and it was quite a struggle. Neutral fans surely enjoyed the draw with last-minute goals and equalizers, and even a disallowed. But looking back, Portugal's biggest issue right now might not even be whether Ronaldo. Maybe it's not about whether Ronaldo starts. It's about the midfield setup and overall playing style. Vitinha, Joao, their performances for the national team differ greatly from. They're not in the same form at all. Bruno Fernandes has been given too many forward tasks. Portugal's attacking shape often becomes disjointed. Defensively, they also struggle to protect the top of the box. These issues were evident from the first match against Congo. Additionally, against Spain, there's a detail that's easily overlooked. Mendes' current defensive form is not at its best. In the last Nations League final, Mendes was undoubtedly Portugal's key player, helping them defeat Spain. If Portugal wants to win this match, Mendes needs to deliver. After all, everyone knows that. Deliver higher quality performance. After all, everyone knows. Limiting Yamal's impact is crucial. Of course, Spain has its own issues. In several key positions, many of their core players have declined. Their form has dropped. The last time the two teams met was that thrilling 3-3 draw in 2018. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, and the last-minute equalizer became a classic. In this match, 41-year-old Ronaldo, will the star shine or will the veteran prevail? This matchup needs no extra motivation. All the excitement is already at its peak. In the sixth match, the host nation, the European Red Devils, Belgium, the US team, has shown solid in this World Cup. Very solid competitiveness. This group of players mostly has established themselves in the top 5 European leagues. The youthful American team plays with grit. They have in the last knockout, they even managed to win, despite being a player with relentless running and high efficiency. They eliminated Bosnia 2-0. Belgium is in a rather delicate phase. The once golden generation is and their overall strength isn't, but in the last round against Senegal, they scored 2 crucial goals in a tight situation and added another in extra time to eliminate their opponent. These two faced off in a classic match in the round of 16 at the They had a memorable in that match. American goalkeeper Howard made an incredible 16 saves. He set a World Cup record, but in extra time, Belgium scored 2 goals, shattering America's hopes of reaching the quarter. 12 years later, the US team returned home and had the perfect chance for revenge. In their 7th matchup, defending champions Argentina faced Egypt. Today, Argentina struggled against the newcomers from at one point. It was a tough battle. As we mentioned earlier, Cape Verde's tenacity is commendable. However, the Pampas Eagles also revealed some current weaknesses. We've discussed this in the strengths and weaknesses of Argentina's Interested viewers can check our homepage. We'll keep it brief here. In this round against Egypt, Messi and the showdown with Pharaoh Salah is the main highlight. Egypt's strategy is very clear. They will commit a lot of players to defend and create one-on-one historically. The two teams, but that doesn't affect the excitement of the game. From a tactical perspective, Argentina is wary of to secure a win. Besides hoping for more magic from Messi, other players must step up and share the scoring load with Messi. After all, they can't rely solely on Messi, even if his performance is share more. After all, they can't rely on Messi alone for every match, even if his performance is flawless. Of course, this match against should have sounded the alarm for the Pampas Eagles. In this match, if they can improve their focus, as long as there are no major surprises, Argentina still holds a clear advantage. In the last match, Switzerland will face Colombia in the round of 16. In recent years, Switzerland has been one of the most consistent teams in their tactical system is quite mature. In the last, they easily eliminated Algeria. Colombia, on the other hand, is one of the most after missing the last World Cup. They have performed exceptionally well over the past 2 years. They topped their group, surpassing Portugal. The team is strong on both offense and veteran James Rodriguez anchors the midfield. Luis Diaz on the left flank. He's one of the top game changers when it comes to physical. South American teams should never be underestimated. In other words, this match showcases a clear stylistic contrast. Will Switzerland's stability prevail? Or will Colombia's chaotic play take the win? All the suspense will likely be revealed. The Quadrennial Football Festival has officially reached its peak. Which 8 teams do you think will make it through? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss together. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. This is World Wave, and we'll see you in the next episode. This is the world. See you next time.